He was only 7, and the CEO called him a beggar. That's how it all started. I still remember the look on the kid's face. That day, a mix of shock and hurt. He wasn't holding a sign. He wasn't asking for money. He was just sitting in the company lobby, holding a tiny beat-up laptop. It was raining outside. His clothes were worn out, shoes too big for his small feet. And that's when Mr. Charles Benson, the CEO of the biggest tech firm in the city, walked by. "What are you doing here, kid? You lost?" Benson's voice was loud, enough for the whole lobby to hear. The boy looked up. "I'm waiting for my mom." Benson frowned. "Waiting here? You're not here to ask for money, are you?" He chuckled in disbelief. "We don't do charity handouts in my company. Beggars wait outside." The receptionist froze. Everyone went silent. The boy's small hands gripped his laptop tighter, and he quietly muttered, "I'm not a beggar." Benson just shook his head and walked away. His name was Eli Parker. 7 years old, small frame, big brown eyes. And that day, fate decided to show Mr. Benson something he'd never forget. It started with the company's network crashing around noon. Every computer froze. Emails failed. Client meetings were canceled. The IT department scrambled, but no one could figure out what went wrong. Servers were down, backups failing. It was chaos. I was in the marketing department, and I overheard the IT head say, "We need an expert fast, or this company will lose millions today." That's when a small voice came from the lobby. "I can help." Everyone turned. It was Eli, sitting cross-legged on the lobby floor with his little laptop. One of the employees laughed. "Kid, this isn't a game. This is a multi-million-dollar IT system." Eli didn't flinch. "I fixed my school's entire network last month, and my laptop might be old, but it works. I just need your Wi-Fi password." Some laughed. Some rolled their eyes. But the IT head, frustrated and desperate, shrugged. "Let him try. Nothing else is working anyway." They brought him into the server room. His feet barely reached the floor as he sat in the big office chair. Within minutes, Eli's fingers were flying across the keyboard. He wasn't Googling how to fix a network. He was inside the company's system, scanning for vulnerabilities, checking logs, bypassing corrupted firewalls. 20 minutes later, the servers came back online. Emails started working. Systems were up. It was like magic. I'll never forget the scene when Mr. Benson walked into the room. He froze. The same kid he'd called a beggar, sitting in his executive chair, fixing the very problem his highly paid team couldn't solve. Benson's face turned pale. What just happened?" The IT head grinned. "This kid just saved the company, sir." Eli looked up, shy but steady. "Your server firewall wasn't updated. I patched it, fixed the corrupted cache, and restored the network from the backup. You didn't know it was still working. You should also change your root password. It's admin 123. The room burst into laughter. Except Benson. He just stood there, speechless. After it was over, Benson walked up to Eli. This time, his voice wasn't mocking. It was quiet. "I'm sorry," he said. "I misjudged you. I thought that I was a beggar?" Eli's voice was calm. Benson swallowed hard. "Yes, and I was wrong." Then, in front of the entire staff, Benson extended his hand. "How would you like to work here someday, Eli?" Eli smiled for the first time that day. "Maybe, but right now, I just want my mom." She came running into the lobby minutes later, exhausted, carrying grocery bags, clearly coming straight from work. Eli ran to her, and I saw Benson's eyes soften. "Ma'am," Benson said, "your son is..." Extraordinary. She smiled proudly. I know. A week later, Benson invited Eli back not as a guest, but as the company's young tech advisor. They gave him a small monthly stipend, a brand new laptop, and access to learn from the best IT minds in the city. And that's how a boy the world might have ignored became the youngest person to ever be on that company's payroll. People still talk about that day, not because the servers came back online, but because a man who thought power gave him the right to look down on others learned a lesson from a 7-year-old with an old laptop and a sharp mind. And me? I'll never forget the look in Eli's eyes when he walked out of that building not as a beggar, but as the kid who proved everyone wrong. Sometimes the smallest hands hold the biggest solutions.